The rainy season is one of the best times to transplant any fruit trees or any other big tree that you might have growing in a container or pot. So, we have this citrus tree that is growing in this container. It was transplanted at the time of purchase, and now today we are going to transplant this into the ground. This is a sweet lime tree that we had planted in the ground, and it was initially in a container. And after it was transplanted, there was some growth, but then gradually it died. So, this was transplanted during the summer months, and that could be one of the reasons why it died. Now we are trying to dig up this plant to see if there is any growth or any way it can be saved. But the main stem seems really dry, and there has been no growth on this plant for the last few months. But once we pulled it up, we realized that this cannot be saved, and many of its roots have completely dried out. You can see tiny, small, white roots, but the main roots of the plant is dried up and the plant is completely gone. It cannot be saved. So, into this space, which is the south side of our garden, and it receives a lot of sunlight through the day, we are going to transplant the citrus that we have growing in a container. The rainy season is one of the best times to plant or transplant many trees and plants because the weather is usually much cooler and the soil is moist at all times. When trees or plants are transplanted into the ground during the harsh summer months, they don't really do well, and there are chances that they can dry up and wither completely because of the extreme heat and due to the soil remaining dry most of the time. Now, here he is loosening up the soil around the plant so that we can carefully remove it from the container without damaging the roots. So, whenever we are transplanting any kind of fruit trees that have already developed roots and started growing, make sure to take it out carefully with some soil intact around the root of the plant. If it is pulled out with just using the stem, it can break easily and get detached from the main root of the plant. So, here we've got some soil along with the plant, and he is planting it into the ground. So, whenever this is being transplanted, make sure that the root ball has enough space to go into the ground and has enough room to develop and grow more roots. Though this plant has a lot of citrus fruit growing on it, we are not exactly sure of what variety it is. We were told that this is the Nagpur orange variety, which is the closest local variety that we can grow. Nagpur oranges are a sweet and juicy variety similar to that of mandarin oranges. Once the tree has been planted, we need to clear out all the weeds around the main stem of the plant so that it has enough room to grow, and also so that no nutrients that we provide for the plant is taken up by the weeds. The most important thing is to thoroughly water the plant once it has been transplanted to reduce the amount of transplant shock that the plant gets after it is changed from its current container or pot. So, if you're planning to grow fruit trees in your garden and plant them directly in the ground, the rainy season is the best time to do so, and it will be lush and green with lot of new growth by the end of the rainy season. So, hope you liked today's video. Thanks for watching Fresh from my garden.